I don't know why there's no sound. It looks like I'm getting sound, but I can't tell. Can you guys hear me? Check, check, check. Let me know if you guys can hear me or see me. Is the audio clear? Awesome, man. You can hear me and see me? We good? All right, man. Dang, that was a lot of work, bro. I'll tell you what, man, if you're not with it in an audio and tech, man, it's very hard to get your streams going on a high quality level, man. So I would recommend that you guys, totally respect people out there, man, who got these great setups because, this takes a lot of energy. This takes a lot of effort, man. I've been sitting here for a while trying to figure out how to get this, up and running. But I'm glad I got everything up and running, man. How is everybody doing today, man? I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. It's your man here today, back in the building, bro. The Shaved Lion King, man. And I'm just here to rap with you guys today, man. We're going to talk about a couple things, man. We're going to talk about why women feel you on semen retention. Now, listen, guys, I've been sitting here, man, all right, for 4 years documenting my life. Okay. Literally 4 years. It's been longer than that. It's almost been 7 years actually on SR, but I've been really documenting on what I've been going through very hard in these last 4 years. Okay. I have really put SR to the test. Okay. And I've seen some amazing things, man. Okay. Absolutely amazing things that the average man would probably go crazy over. They would probably pay extremes amount of money, all right, to get these benefits and gifts that a long-term retainer has been experiencing. And one of the main things that I've been experiencing on SR, haven't talked a whole lot about it, but we're going to talk about it today, is I've been experiencing a lot of female attraction energy. Okay. Now, this doesn't mean anything. This isn't this huge great deal, bro. This is why I don't talk about it. Okay. It's just one of those things that's supposed to happen when a man is truly in his natural nature. Okay. When you are truly out here walking around, all right, and your highest version and your testosterone is naturally built up, these are the things that are just going to happen. Okay. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm not going to say 100%. It doesn't matter what you look like, but in the whole truth of this game is, man, it's all about these things that I like to call pheromones. Okay. Pheromones are the key to the game. And when you're on SR, okay, I want you to understand this. When you're on SR, you are building up your pheromones, okay? Super big time. Okay. You guys got to understand this. The average man out here has little to no pheromones that are being excreted from his body. Okay. And this can work as a repellent towards women. Okay. Now we can see why retainers have so many stories, so many interaction stories that they have between a man and a woman. It's because of these pheromones. And this is something that I have been experiencing in these last 4 years. Like I said, like, bro, I can't go anywhere, man. I literally can't go anywhere and, without there being some sort of female attraction. Now, I'm not sitting here and bragging. I'm not sitting here and telling you guys this is something that I use. Okay. I don't use this. Okay. And I definitely don't use it in a negative light. Okay. But what I have noticed is no matter where I go, man, if I'm in a room with a woman long enough, okay, she is eventually going to notice my energy. Okay. And it's one of those things where it's like she can almost sense it in the air, like it's some sort of food. Okay. And I cannot make this up. This is what happens to me everywhere I go. And I started to think about it. And I said, you know what? A person that is retaining their seed long term is going to have an overwhelming amount of female attraction. Okay, this is just the facts. Okay, it doesn't have to mean, directly mean that they're just looking at you and admiring you. Okay, from the way that you look. Okay, it doesn't mean just from that standpoint. It means from the standpoint of they can sense your energy. These are one of these things that the women can sense. We can't perceive on how they sense our energy. But what I have done is I have created a video for you guys that is going to break down, okay, the science behind this phenomenon that we call woman attraction. Okay. And I told you it's based off of pheromones, a man's pheromones. The longer you retain your seed, the more that you build up these pheromones, and it's most likely that you're going to have attraction wherever you go. Okay. Here I am, guys, 4 years. We got to keep it real here. Okay. 4 years. I'm walking around a human guinea pig. Okay. I'm out in the streets, man, and I'm just testing all sorts of different things in my life. Okay. And one of the number one things, like I told you guys, that I have been experiencing in this last 4 years is the woman attraction. Wherever I go, man, there is some sort of woman attraction. Whatever environment that I enter is always some sort of woman attraction as far as eye contact goes, as far as a conversation goes. Okay, as far as someone trying to do something to me, nicely. All right. This is just the facts, man. And semen retention is going to amplify these pheromones. Now, let me get you guys to understand something, man. Okay. Since a man is retaining his seed and these pheromones are going to be built up, what do you think is going to happen wherever you go? Where do you think is going to take place in every single room that you enter? Are you not one of these people who experience this phenomenon, okay, that I like to call woman attraction as a man on retention? Okay, I hear most of the men in our community that talk about this. All right, I want you guys to understand on why this is happening, okay, and why you should keep going on your semen retention journey. Listen, guys, I encourage this, okay, because this is one of those things that's going to bring you natural attraction from the opposite sex. Okay, we're talking about unseen, okay, odor like, okay, pheromone that gets into a woman's nose. Okay, she smells it, she senses it. Okay, as soon as you walk into the environment, all right, that can create you all sorts of connections, all sorts of intimacy, all sorts of expanded relationships based off of you retaining your seed. This is one of the number one things, man, that we should be looking forward to on our retention journey is the buildup of our pheromones. This is how we're able to go out in the outside world and test our abilities, test our powers, okay, by using our natural pheromone. Okay, when I'm telling you guys, man, when I go out in the public, no matter where I go to shopping malls quite often. Okay, I work. Okay, I used to work with a whole bunch of women all the time. I mean, I've been everywhere where I can sit here and tell you guys this is exactly what I've been experiencing. Okay, and it's made my journey so much better. I've had so many dealings with women in the past, okay, based off of what I believe is my pheromones, okay, because most of the time I walk into an environment, I'm not trying to right off the bat make eye contact with everybody. Okay. I'm one of those people who like to move behind the scenes. All right. I don't like to be seen all the time. And I can't help but notice every single time that I go into an environment. All right. This is what's taking place. Okay. The women in the room are finding out where I'm at, man, and they're putting themselves in my vicinity. Okay. This is what I like to call that natural woman attraction. And if you know, you know, okay. And it's one of these things, man, that I have just been amazed by. Okay. And I really decided today to jump down into the deep science of it. Okay. Because I know a lot of us want to hear how, A and B goes together to create C. And this is what I'm going to be showing you guys. However, I want you guys to understand, man, we don't have to go out here, all right, in the modern day, man. All right, look outside of ourselves, purchase colognes, purchase all sorts of different things, man, that people are selling us as consumers to try to attract women. we have a natural essence. We have a natural scent that resides inside of us called pheromones as men. And it's been shown by science. The longer you retain your seed, the more potent that these pheromones get. And I'm here to tell you guys today, I cannot make this up, man. It's one of those things, man, where I just sit back and I just smile because I actually see this practice working full time. All right. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand. Okay. This isn't something that we're supposed to be out here taking advantage of people. This isn't something we're supposed to be out here using our powers for the wrong ways. Okay. This is not something we're supposed to be doing. Okay. We're supposed to be sitting back as the observer of life. Okay. Taking notes, making mental notes. Okay. Learning on how natural interaction plays so we can learn how to play our role better. Okay. As a masculine man. And this is what I have done on my journey on SR. Okay. I am the observer now. Okay. I love the fact, man. Like I said, I go to these establishments, I go out to restaurants a lot. Okay. I'm around a lot of women. Okay. And all the time, like I said, I can't help but notice no matter where I'm at, man. And this is the honest to God truth. No matter where I'm at, there's all sorts of woman attraction taking place. Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. This just doesn't start, okay, with just any old women. Okay, this is all women. Okay, all women. It doesn't matter if it's someone in your family, it doesn't matter if it's your mother, it doesn't matter if it's your grandma. Okay, I want you guys to understand pheromones knows no boundaries. Okay, the pheromones affect both the women and the men. Okay, they affect the women, okay, by making them feel secure. Okay, it affects the women, all right, by making them feel comfortable in your presence. Now the men on the other half, this is a completely different outlook on way pheromones affect men. Okay, these pheromones can basically put off the energy that you're a dominant male. Okay, and most men that come around in your energy as a retainer, okay, are going to feel, all right, smaller in your presence. This is just the way it is. This is natural. This is nature. Okay. I want you guys to understand something. Think about how, like, when animals get into a small area, you got two dogs, two male dogs in a small area. Let's say there's a female dog somewhere close by, and you got two male dogs in the same area. What do you happen to see? You happen to see that there's always one dog that is using his energy, okay, that is using his intimidation over another dog, okay? And this is what they're displaying to us as far as the way that these pheromones affect other men. Okay, this is the same thing. This is why you get so much hate on semen retention. This is why you get so many people that just, that stare at you. This is why people stare at you on SR. Okay, it has nothing to do, exactly of what you look like. It's called the chemical makeup that's inside of your body that most people are void of. Most people out here are not able to build up a strong pheromone scent. Okay. Therefore, they don't know what it's like to attract a lot of people naturally. Now, the retainer, on the other hand, has this experience because every single person that we listen to has the same stories. Every single channel that we've ever watched has the same stories. And what are the same stories that they're talking about? They're talking about woman attraction. Everybody that I have watched in the semen retention community has a story about woman attraction. Every single man I've listened to in the semen retention community has a story about how they go into an environment, and it's whether it's women or men, okay, are giving them some sort of attention. All right. These are these gifts. These are these things that you're not going to get anywhere else. You're not going to be able to recreate, reproduce pheromones, okay, in your body that are going to help you create a life that you want. This is the most beautiful thing about SR because, again, it proves that this is naturally what we're supposed to be doing. Okay. In a time where so many people out here, man, are looking outside themselves. They're purchasing the clones, they're purchasing all sorts of scents, the lotions. Okay. There's even a small brand out there now that are selling pheromone colognes. Now, let me get you guys to understand something. Most major perfumes most major colognes are basically made up of some sort of pheromone. Okay, I want you guys to understand this. They are made up of some sort of pheromone. And the worst part is, we don't even understand where most of these pheromones are coming from. Some of these pheromones are animal pheromones, some of these pheromones could be from random people. But the simple fact of the matter is most of these colognes and perfumes that are out there, okay, are made up from some sort of pheromone. And this should get you guys to see on how important for us it is to retain our seed so we can create our own scent. All right. And what I have noticed, and what I have noticed is wherever I go, you guys, this is what I'm being shown. Okay. I'm being shown that my pheromones are intact and they work really well. Okay. And this is one of these things that I want to encourage you guys who are out there still on your SR journey to keep going and understand, man, you have a whole lot of gifts that are coming to you. You just got to want to earn them. You got to want to stand out. You got to understand on what it is that you're doing this for. Okay. And what we're doing this for is we're trying to come around and be overall our best version. This is what we're here to do. And without taking notice of something is like pheromones, man. Okay. You're going to be doing yourself a huge disservice, man. All right. You're going to be doing yourself a huge disservice, man, if you're not out there retaining your seed, because these are one of the things that is going to ensure that all that attraction that we talk about, all that magnetism that we talking about comes to you. So what I'm about to do, you guys, is I'm about to play a quick little clip that I made up, okay? And it's going to talk about the science. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be stopping the video at certain key points that I have made in the video, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about why you need to be retaining your seed and understand on why these pheromones have a huge part in attracting the life that you want, okay? You got to understand this, man. This is the name of the game, is going back to natural. Everything that we are doing in our modern day society, okay, has got us looking outside of ourselves, okay, to try to make us whole. When I told you that we were already made with everything that we need. And the thing that we need to do the most in 2025, all right, is understand on the gifts that we're working with. We need to expand on the things that we already have naturally, okay? And once we do this, all right, I'm telling you guys, once we do this, your outlook and everything that is going to be attracted to you in this life is going to drastically change. Okay. I admit a very strong odor of pheromones. Okay. I must say this before I play the video. I exhibit a very strong scent of pheromones. Okay. I took notice of this many of times. Okay. There's been a few times there where there's a couple days, because I like to take, I like to clean up, shower every couple days. Okay. I've pushed it to like 3 days before. And I've noticed that when I push it to that third day, I have this buildup of these pheromones that are underneath my armpits and in my growing area that are concentrated in the underwear and the shirts that I wear. Okay. And when I tell you, this is like a potent, pungent, like type of a odor, all right, that comes from these cloths. And there's been times, all right, I've tested this. There's been times where I said, on the third day, I'm going to go out on this day. I'm not going to shower this day. I'm going to go out on this day. I'm going to wear some workout type of clothes, and I'm going to go put myself in an environment, and I'm going to see if these pheromones really work. And this is what I'm here to tell you guys. I've had more people come up to me on the days that I felt like I wasn't at my cleanest, but at the height of the smell of my pheromones, okay, was being displayed to the public. And just off what I've noticed, all right, these play a huge role on what it is that you attract. This plays a huge role on how people interact with you. All right. And what I've done now is I've found the science on this. I've found the information, okay, that we can look at, all right, that we're going to be able to break down and understand why this phenomenon is taking place and why you men out there need to continue to retain your seed, because this is one of the biggest game breakers that come along with this, man. Okay. This is how you're going to truly attract on what it is that you want. All right. I'm telling you, you're going to, man. Just keep going out, keep putting yourself out there, man. Keep, being around certain people while you're on retention, man. All right. And watch your powers reach others. All right. So I'm going to play this quick little video real quick, you guys, and then we're going to come back and talk with it. Give me 1 second.
Your body constantly speaks. A silent There is an invisible chemical language your body constantly speaks. A silent communication that happens below the level of consciousness, but that determines whether people feel attracted or repelled by you. We are talking about male pheromones, powerful molecules that can transform you into a human magnet or a presence that goes unnoticed. While you worry about expensive clothes, imported colognes, and mental seduction strategies, there is a much more primitive and powerful factor operating: your natural chemical signature. Men engaged in seminal retention produce a specific cocktail of pheromones that awakens instinctive attraction, while men who waste sexual energy emit chemical signals of weakness that subconsciously repel. The truth that the seduction industry hides is brutal. You can have the best conversation in the world, the most worked out physique, and the highest confidence, but if your pheromones are communicating low sexual energy, you will be perceived as less attractive at the most primitive level of the female brain. It is a language that does not lie and cannot be faked. How seminal retention dramatically alters their chemical production. Why women feel when you are accumulating sexual energy, even without a logical explanation. And how you can naturally optimize your pheromone production to become irresistible at the most primitive level of attraction. If you have ever noticed that some men naturally attract attention effortlessly, if you have noticed that your own presence varies drastically depending on how long you have nodded, how to become irresistible through the oldest and most powerful language that exists: your body's chemistry. Pheromones are chemical molecules secreted by the body that transmit specific information about reproductive status, genetic health, and quality as a sexual partner. While mainstream science minimizes their importance in humans, recent research reveals that they exert dramatic influence on attraction, social behavior, and even unconscious decision. The vomeronasal system, a sensory organ located in the nose that detects pheromones, is present in all mammals, including humans. Although some scientists argue that this organ is vestigial in our species, neurological studies show clear activation of specific brain areas when exposed to human pheromones, proving that we still process this chemical information. Primary male pheromones include androstenone, androstenol, androstadienone, and male copulins. Each transmits specific information. Androstenone signals dominance and aggressiveness. Androstenol communicates attractiveness and sexual availability. Androstadienone indicates high testosterone and reproductive vigor. The concentration and proportion of these molecules create a unique chemical signature for each man. Research from the University of Vienna has demonstrated that women can unconsciously detect male testosterone levels through smell, even when there is no consciously perceptible odor. Ovulating women show a significant preference for the pheromones of men with higher testosterone. Ovulating women show a significant preference for the pheromones of men with higher testosterone, suggesting that these chemical signals directly communicate genetic quality, and fertility. Study.
So, what I've just proven to you guys, as I always have, all right, you hear all these stories of the female attraction, right? Am I right, guys? We hear all these stories of the female attraction. All right. And this is why. This is why. When a man is at his natural, he is at his highest, he is at his best version. This is why we promote semen retention, okay? Because we are trying to be our very best version. We are trying to be our higher selves. We are trying to be back in balance of who we truly are. And as you guys can see, we overlook small things just like this. The importance of semen retention, why you're not able to attract the woman that you want, why you're not able to attract the situation that you desire, okay? Because you're low of these natural pheromones, all right, that are sensed by not only women, men, okay? And they can sense when you're weak, they can sense when your stores are depleted. And these are the things that are going to help us achieve what we want in this life. This is one of these things that cannot be overlooked. This is science, just like everything that we talk about on semen retention. Okay. You just heard him say that this directly will impact the way a woman perceives you, whether she's attracted to you or not. And this is something that she is not going to be able to pick up just by talking to you. Okay. This is something that she's going to sense. Okay. We're talking about a conversation that takes place between the sexes, or okay, before you two even know each other. This is what I am trying to show you guys, man. The beauty of retaining your seed. And as I've told you guys, I cannot make it up. You guys can sit here and think I'm a capper all you want. I don't ever come on here and cap. Okay. Sometimes it gets overwhelming on the attraction that I get. Sometimes it gets overwhelming on the attention that I get. And you guys must understand, there is probably not really a whole lot of men out here, definitely in 2025, who are walking around with natural pheromone production. Okay. I'm talking about 4 years, guys, here of concentrated pheromones. Wherever I go, I'm being shown that people sense this energy. Okay. No matter where I go, it doesn't matter if it's around family members, it doesn't matter if it's around total strangers. Pheromones has no judgment. Okay. All the judgment that falls down between the pheromones is if a man or a woman can sense it. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's your mother, it doesn't matter if it's your father, it doesn't matter if it's your sister, it doesn't matter if it's your grandma. Okay. If you are emitting high levels of pheromone, these people are going to be attracted to you. No weird stuff. Okay. Again, pheromones it has no choice on what people, will gravitate to. Okay. It's a chemical sensory that is picked up by the human species. All right. And it can dictate, like I said, basically on how people are going to perceive you. And this is why you would want to be doing this practice of SR. Okay. Because again, we're trying to become our best version and we're trying to attract the best life to us. And why not go on a journey, man, that's going to inspire, okay, this type of magnetism, this type of attraction to you. This is a beautiful thing, man. And I'm telling you guys, man, I really wish I had a pair of retention goggles because I'm telling you on what I experience every single day that I go out in the public. I experience this phenomenon. Okay. I experience the power of my pheromones. Okay. I've told you on what they smell like, just on 3 days. I cannot make this up, you guys. I'm not making this up at all. I am so pungent on just 3 days of not washing off my natural pheromone production. Okay. And within 3 days, I have a smell, and it's not anything that's like stinky. It's one of the weirdest smells, okay, that I can try to describe to you. Okay. The only thing that I can try to get you guys to understand is that it works. I've put it to the test. I've gone in several places. I predominantly put myself around women, okay, almost dang near every day that I'm out, okay. I do it on purpose, okay, because I want to see if this is really working. And let me tell you guys, I am just baffled and blown away on the power of a man's natural pheromone. I am baffled and blown away on the sheer a woman attraction that a man gets on semen retention. Okay. Sure, you can have a nice outfit on, you can have a very nice beard, you could be, your hair could be done to the T, bro. Okay. You could have all of those outside things going for you. Okay. And let me tell you something. That woman, despite all of that, is going to look over all of that and she's going to pick up on what you're emitting. And when you're admitting that you have all your pheromones built up inside of your body, that you are a true alpha male, that you are walking around here dominant, okay, putting off the energy that you can get any of these women, okay, pregnant, not only pregnant, but also pregnant with a mature seed, which ensures health. Again, all of these things we cannot perceive. All of these things are being done mentally. All of these things are being done without being said. Okay. These are the game changing factors of retention. All right. That separate you from every other man in this society. And this is why it's so important. You guys see why we're so jacked up out here on semen retention, bro, because it literally is going to level you up in every single one of your categories as a man. Okay. This is something, man, like I said, that you must practice as a man. Okay. You can't be one of these people out here, man, that allow yourself, all right, to not experience life on the way you're supposed to be truly experiencing it. Okay. And all I want you guys to understand, man, all I want you to understand, man, that this is real. Okay. And we are now diving into the science. So let's finish the rest of this video.
Studies from the University of Chicago revealed that male pheromones affect not only attraction, but also female hormonal cycles. Women regularly exposed to pheromones from men with high testosterone develop more regular menstrual cycles and stronger ovulation. Women regularly exposed to pheromones from men with high testosterone develop more regular menstrual cycles and stronger ovulation.
Again, guys, all the questions answered. Have you ever wondered why, man? Have you ever wondered why there's just an attraction there that you cannot explain? Have you ever wondered why certain people are so into certain people where you're seeing why? Okay. We're talking about something that takes place subconsciously within the woman, man. Okay. Every story I've ever heard around someone that has been retaining for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, all right, has experienced just what this man has said. Okay. We're talking about something that they can perceive, something that they already know that is good for them, man. This is the natural attraction that a man has. Instead of going out there sitting up on these dating apps, man, going out there doing all these things to your body, buying all these things that are outside of yourself, trying to make yourself more appealing to the opposite sex, all you have to do is go back within being natural, like the Most High created us. And you can experience all of these phenomena that come with retaining your seed, such as the pheromone production. All right, which is going to open the doors for you wherever you go. Okay, I cannot make it up, bro. I cannot make it up, bro. Okay, everywhere I go, there's some sort of woman attraction. And I know that's going to sound like, oh, he's being egotistical and I'm not being any of that. I'm telling you the absolute truth. And you're seeing why this is happening. Okay, this is not nothing that makes me a Superman. This is something that every single man has inside of him that he is not using, a power, a gift, all right, that he has forgotten about, all right. And what all I'm trying to do is prove it to you guys that this is the science behind it. This is what they've already studied, okay. So we now know when we go out in the outside world and we're attracting these types of things, all right, we understand why. All right. It's because of our pheromones. All right. This is our natural gift. This is our natural scent. This is our natural cologne. All right. We could literally take our own pheromones, especially a man that's been holding his seed for a long time. He could harvest that pheromone, all right, and literally make his own scents, literally make his own colognes, literally make his own deodorants, all right, and would have a huge success on dealing with the opposite sex. This is what we have on the table as men. All right. And while you guys are out there making excuses on why you can't retain, I told you you're falling further and further behind, man. All right. And you wonder why there's such a gap. You wonder why you have the envy and the jealousy. It's because you're depleted, you're defeated, your stores are not built up. And you got to understand the importance of having these pheromones within your body, okay? Because like I said, it's just going to attract everything to you. Let's finish the rest of this video.
Indicating that male chemistry literally programs female biology for reproductive receptivity. Wow! The most fascinating aspect is how pheromones operate below the conscious threshold. Women exposed to high-quality male pheromones report feeling the man as more attractive, more trustworthy, more attractive, more trustworthy. More sexual, without being able to logically explain.
So what you just heard? I mean, do I need to? I mean, it's only a dang 8-minute video. Do I really need to finish the rest of the video? Bro, you just heard it. This makes you more attractive to a woman. This makes you more trustworthy to a woman. This makes you more sexual to a woman. And why wouldn't she? If this is something we're supposed to be doing off of nature, natural, okay, then that's exactly what they're going to be attracted to. Okay. I told you, man, when you're doing SR, man, this is the great equalizer to everything else that is out there. I don't care how much money someone got. I don't care how much resources someone's got. I don't care how much game someone's got. I don't care how much muscle someone's got. I walk around a very in shape, okay, not overly muscular, all right, intelligent man who is on SR. And I will tell you guys the truth. It doesn't matter if a woman's with her man. It doesn't matter if a woman's with a group of women. It doesn't matter what she's doing. If for a second she taps into her natural sensories, okay, she is going to notice a retainer. This is something that's going on 24/7, man. This is something that is going on between all of us, not only just the women, but the men, okay? We're all out here living life like this. And this is how we sense certain things. This is how we have an understanding of what's going on around us. And when I tell you for a fact, all right, that this is guaranteed to happen to you when you're a true retainer, this is the facts. And I don't understand why someone wouldn't want to experience this. I don't understand why somebody wouldn't want to play with the abilities that they were born with. We have the ability, gentlemen, all right, to define the lives that we want to live. All right. And the way that we're going to do that is to get back to nature as close as possible. All right. And the way that we're going to continue to keep going strong in this aspect is by retaining our seed. It is a win-win, bro, all the way around the board. Okay. This is just one of the big topics that come with retaining your seed is pheromones. All right. And we're seeing all of these gifts. It's almost a no-brainer on why a man should be retaining his seed. We shouldn't be seeing in our community, we shouldn't be seeing in the public, bro, that people don't have an understanding still on the power of retention and what it does to a man. We're sitting here and showing you, we're proving it to you, bro. This is why you have the ability to create. This is why you have the ability to attract. This is why you stand out, man, on SR. All right. It is a powerful practice. All right. And we're just now, like I said, we're just now playing with this thing in fullness, man. All right. I'm one of these guys who's walking this journey seriously. I'm on this 4-year journey, man. And I'm telling you, I experienced all of these things and more. All right. All of these things and more. And it just feels really good to be able to have some sort of science behind it. Okay, because we have so many people that want to come in here and talk about things that are a placebo. We have so many people that want to come in here with doubt. We have so many depleted, empty ball coomers that want to come in here, bro, and try to stop what we got going on based off of their jealousies and not being able to understand. Okay. And now we have the proof. Okay. We see on why this process takes place and why you need to continue to retain your seed.
Explain why.
Girl, he is fine. I like to. Ew.
More sexual, without being able to logically explain why.
Girl, he is fine. I like to rush that.
It is attraction at the most primitive and honest level, the female body responding directly to male chemistry. Neurological research shows that male pheromones activate specific areas of the female.
Say it again.
Neurological research shows that male pheromones activate specific areas of the female brain related to sexual arousal, bond formation, and partner evaluation. The amygdala, responsible for instinctive emotional responses, shows intense activation when women are exposed to pheromones from healthy and sexually potent men. Pheromone production is directly linked to male hormonal status. Men with high testosterone, low cortisol, and a balanced endocrine system produce more potent and attractive pheromones. Factors like diet, exercise, sleep, and, crucially, frequency of ejaculation dramatically affect both the quantity and quality of pheromones produced. Recent studies indicate that male pheromones also affect other men, communicating hierarchical status and dominance. Men exposed to alpha male pheromones show an unconsciously measured reduction in their own confidence and dominance behaviors.
And again, another one of these huge proofs that I like to use. All right. We're showing you, man. We understand now why we get so much envy on SR. We understand now why, man, people just don't understand SR because they're not used to seeing someone like this. I told you guys this in my last video, bro. They're not going to find nobody like you because there's no one walking around natural anymore. Y'all think this is a joke, bro. I don't play jokes. I don't do jokes. I don't waste time. Every video I got, okay, is educational. All right. And it's up to you that you decide to go in and find the information and learn something. Okay. You are seeing why this happens. You are seeing why we get the pushback from so many men. You are seeing why, bro, that we are looked at the way we're looked at in this society. Okay. It's because we are natural men. All right. We are real men. I told you the only way to become a real man, bro, is to retain your seed. I don't care how mad anyone gets. I'll say it to anybody's face, bro, because if you're not doing this, you're not a real man. You don't have all your attributes. You are robbed, bro. You're out here half of yourself, man. And this is why we're doing this. And as little as just 2 weeks, you can have a dramatic turnaround and benefits as a man. Okay. We're talking about as little as 2 weeks of discipline. Man, what is literally 2 weeks of discipline going to cost you? Okay. Even if you're in a relationship, okay. Your woman goes on that time in a month. She goes on her cycle, bro. There's 5 days right there that you could take advantage, man. Okay. That you could take advantage of, bro, and retain your seed. Okay. All it's going to do is benefit you. All it's going to do is benefit your wife, your girlfriend, your lover. Okay. Take that 5 days, man, and push it another 5 days and watch how the attraction builds up between you and the person that you're connected to. Okay. Watch the gifts, watch the energy. All right. Watch everything change just off the built up, of your energy. This is why we are doing this. Okay. We're doing this because we know it works. All right. And we've had the proof. I'm one of these people out here that, like I said, I test this on myself every single day. And I go away from it smiling every single day because it just makes me sad that so many men out here are going to make excuses for why they can't do this. Why would you be making an excuse, man, from something that you could do that is going to completely change your life? I'm being complete honest with you. You would have to be a degenerate. There's no other word for it, bro. To see that this is going to change your life. okay, in such a profound way that is going to give you energy, that's going to give you intelligence, that's going to attract, that's going to give everything that a man wants. A man is out here working 24/7. A man's out here eating good, sleeping good, working out, taking supplements, okay, buying clothes, getting his hair done, buying colognes and like I said, essential oils and all sorts of different things to enhance his appeal, when all he needs to do is to retain his seed. Okay, something so simple, man, something that is literally doesn't cost you anything. Okay, all you have to do is have control over your sexual energy. All right. And you're going to gain all of these benefits. This is the power of SR. Okay. And this is why we want you guys to continue to retain your seed.
Suggesting that pheromones function as social position indicators. Perfume industry has attempted to synthesize artificial pheromones, but with limited success. Authentic pheromones are naturally produced by the body in response to the real hormonal state. They cannot be effectively faked through external product. The only way to produce truly powerful pheromones is to optimize male biology itself. The most revolutionary discovery is that male pheromones are dramatically affected by seminal retention.
Wow! Say it again!
The most revolutionary discovery is that male pheromones are dramatically affected by seminal retention. Men who conserve sexual energy for prolonged periods show measurable alterations in the chemical composition of their pheromones, producing signals that women instinctively interpret as high reproductive quality.
Ladies, have you ever had a thing for somebody and it was just so deep and you wanted to tell them so bad?
And superior sexual vigor. Action represents a massive loss, not only of semen, but of essential chemical precursors for potent pheromone production. What most men do not understand is that the same raw material that creates vigorous sperm also produces the most attractive pheromones, and wasting one dramatically affects the other. Pheromone production requires specific concentrations of zinc, magnesium, cholesterol, and specific amino acids, exactly the same nutrients that are eliminated in large quantities during ejaculation. A single depletes the body of zinc, equivalent to what would be obtained through 15 to 20 oysters, forcing the system.
Now, we've talked about this specific point before. Okay. We've talked about the mineral and protein loss that man, basically is going to go through when he is releasing his life force energy. And you just heard alone the zinc, the loss of zinc. Okay. We're talking about zinc. We're talking about a powerful mineral here, bro. Okay. A powerful mineral here that does a lot of tremendous things in the male body that keeps him happy, that keeps him strong. Okay. We're talking about in one lease, we're talking about 15 oysters just in zinc alone. Okay. And we're taking all this as a joke. We're taking all this as a joke. All you men out there, bro, who are out there steadily releasing your seed every single day, bro, you are in deficiency. You're never going to be able to recover. Okay. You got to understand this. You're never going to be able to recover. You're never going to be your optimal, self. You're not going to be able to be that anymore. Okay. You got to understand this. It doesn't make sense, people. Okay. Here's your charts right here. All right. Every single time, this is where you're at as a normal man. Every single time you release, bro, you're losing. You're losing. You're losing. Now, it takes months to build back up to normal, people. Come on, let's have this conversation now. It takes months to build back up to the normal level, okay? And this is what you're constantly in as a state of a man. You're constantly losing. You're constantly falling behind. You're constantly becoming more depleted. You're constantly falling behind this race, man, this long race of life, okay? Where you're supposed to be retaining that seed, where you're supposed to be building up that storage. So now that this energy that you're wasting is going to go back inside your body and enhance your avatar. All right. It's going to make you look good. It's going to make your skin look good. You're going to have the glow. Your hair is going to go thick. You're going to have the thick, bushy beard. Okay. Your pheromones are going to pop. All right. You have all of these benefits that are going to attract everything that you're truly trying to bring into your life, man. You have all of these benefits, man, that you could be bringing into your life. And this instead, you decide to keep depleting your energy. Think about this. Look, this is you. How are you going to get back up to here? If you do it every day and you never break, think about it. You never break. And I just told you it takes a couple months to build your stores back up to normal. All right. It takes 3 months, all right, to get your seed to a mature seed. And this is where we're talking about. We're talking about being a mature seed. We're talking about having mature sperm, bro. Okay. We're talking about sperm autogenesis. We're talking about 90 days of semen retention. All right. If that takes that long for that process for your seed to come mature, where do you think you're falling and you're just going every single day releasing that seed? Think about it. Think about it. Okay. This is why I say it doesn't matter what your ego says. Okay. I want you to understand that I'm checking your ego right now. Okay. It doesn't matter what your ego says. I don't care how good you think you feel as a man. I don't care how good you think you got your life together. I don't care how much money you think you got. Okay. You will never be your best version until you practice semen retention. Let that sink in. You will never be your best version until you practice semen retention. Okay. So all the argument, all the stuff that we're doing out here, bro, from a degeneracy standpoint, all right, is showing you on what you're missing out for. Okay. You're missing out on how to be the absolute best version. You're missing out on how to feel good every single day. You are missing out on, man, attracting everything that you want in this life. Okay. All you have to do is put in some discipline. All you got to do is understand. And this is why society is promoting everything that they're promoting, because they don't want you to be like this. They only want a certain percentage of men in the world to be at this version. Therefore, those men can run and dominate and control everything. And we're supposed to be competitive as men. You're supposed to look at this as a challenge. Okay. You're supposed to look at this as something that you're not going to stand up for that. You're not going to take that, bro. Okay. You know the truth. You have the information. You have the awareness. Now it's time for you to practice what you know. All right. It's time for you to go out there and explore. Okay. It's time for you to go out here, man, and become your best version. All right. You have the information. You have everything that you need. You didn't have to pay for nothing. You didn't have to go buy any supplements. You didn't have to go overwork yourself. You didn't have to go exhaust yourself lifting weights. All you have to do is take care of your temple. All you got to do is retain your seed, okay? And all these gifts are going to come to you.
Them to choose between sperm production and pheromone production. Hormonal research reveals that it creates a temporary crash in testosterone levels that lasts 714 days. During this period of hormonal recovery, the production of male pheromones is dramatically reduced in both quantity and potency. It is as if the male chemical signature is temporarily muted. Studies from the University of Rochester demonstrated that men show measurable reductions in the production of androstenone and androstenedione in the 2 weeks following. These are precisely the molecules that communicate dominance and sexual vigor. When they are in low concentration, the male presence becomes chemically invisible to women.
And I'm spent.
So there it is, gentlemen. Another great session on what semen retention does for a man. Okay. If you want to be invisible to women, which I know most of you don't want to be invisible to no women. That's all I ever hear you guys talk about. Women, I want a woman. I want to spill my juice so bad, bro. You can do all that. Okay. You can do all that and more. All right. If you just retain your seed. All right. You're going to attract these things to you. All right. There's going to be somebody out there that picks up your chemical signal. This is what you don't understand. This is how you attract. This is how you bring things to you, man. And when you're out there being a depleted coomer, you fail to meet those. You don't do these type of things no more. Okay. We know what your lifestyle turns into when you start releasing your seed all the time. All right. You don't have the confidence to go out in the world. You'd rather sit at home. You'd rather order some Uber. Okay. You rather sit at home, bro, order some DoorDash. All right. You rather sit at home, bro. All right. Reach in your pants, self-stimulate onto things on the internet, man, than to go out in the real world and be a real man and experience natural attraction. Okay. Experience a life that natural men are supposed to live. This is the beauty of SR. This is why I'm so passionate about talking about this, man, because it's so deep. There's so much depth to SR. There's so many benefits. There's so many pros, and there's so many cons, bro, to be in the depleted Coomer. There's so many cons, bro, to be out here releasing your life force energy, man. And we can see this. And this is why we're going to continue to do what we do. All right. Because we are getting the benefits. My life feels amazing, man. I feel so amazing. I told you guys, I'm never depressed ever, bro. I'm full of my life force, people. Think about it, bro. Think about it. We talked about how this energy is given to a woman and it completely changes her life. Okay, we're talking about mood. We're talking about all the medicinal benefits of your seed. Now imagine keeping that energy into yourself on how good you're going to feel. It's not leaving your body. You're not giving it away to somebody else. Imagine how great you're going to feel. And this is just one of these part of these things that attracts everything to you. People are going to see that. Women are going to see that. They're going to see it on you, man. They're going to lick their lips. They're going to sense it, man. And they're going to want to be a part of your energy because you are living in righteousness as a man. And this is why we are doing what we're doing. Okay. This is all I really wanted to tell you guys, man. I just wanted to prove to you guys again on why you need to be retaining your seed. I just wanted to prove it to you guys again, man, the power of retention. All right. And why you should be doing it and why, if you're not doing it, you're out here wasting your time. You're out here being one of these people who are going to keep falling further and further behind. I don't think you understand on what I'm telling you, falling further and further behind. All right. If we were to be in the same room together, I can guarantee you, bro, and I'm not dissing you on any sort of way. Okay. If we were to be in the same room together and I'm a 4-year retainer and you're not, I guarantee you're going to be disappointed, man, on how nobody interacts with you. I guarantee you're going to be disappointed, bro, on how no women come up to you and talk to you. Okay. When you're in the presence of a retainer. Okay. And this is why I've been trying to tell you guys, get on your game, bro. Get on your horse, man. Start doing retention for real. Okay. Even if you're doing small streaks. Okay. You don't got to come on here and try to be the biggest. You don't got to come on here and try to be the baddest. Okay. All you got to do is come on here, man. Put this practice into use and see the benefits for yourself because it's going to change you. All right. You're going to see some sort of growth somewhere, some aspect of your life, man. And this is why we're going to continue to do what we do because all the men that's in this community, bro, have gone on this journey and we experienced all these things that were talked about here today. All right. So that's all I really want you guys to do, man. Understand again what we got on the table, bro. All right. You understand now a whole completely different aspect on why we bring the attention that we bring to us. Okay. It's a real phenomenon, man. All right. And you got to be able to retain your seed for long periods of time to build this energy up like that so you can be potent. All right. So your energy signature can be felt wherever you go. All right. I'm going to read a couple of these comments real quick and I'm going to get up out of here. My man Jim in the building. What's happening with your boss? Good to see you up in here today, Jim. My man Melvin in the building. Appreciate you for being up in here. I appreciate all you guys who came up in here today who were patient. As I said, I'm pretty good with technology. I used to be an IT tech, but again, when you don't understand all these new things that are going on with programs and how to run all these new equipment, it takes some time. So hopefully we won't have that hiccup again, but I appreciate everybody that came in here that was patient with me today. Aqua like water in the building. Appreciate you for being up in here today. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Hope everything is good with you, my man. James in the building. Appreciate you, brother. Jordan in the building. Appreciate you for being in here, my brother. I appreciate that, Melvin, for the $5 super chat. He said, SR is the truth. I'm still retaining now on day 1410 is like a longer I retain, my intuition gets stronger. A lot of people are out here is fake, bro. Tell them, bro. A lot of people out here are fake, man. It's just the way it is, man. Look, I have no quarrels about what a man chooses to do with his life. Okay. I really don't. Okay. But just for the simple fact that most men in this world have not been taught this practice, most men in this world are completely ignorant, okay, of SR. All right. And when they do find it, okay, they want to find reasons to not do it. Okay. By making fun of it, by, trying to find, different reasons to dislike the practice. Okay. And again, no matter how much they try, no matter how hard they try, okay, it's only going to be an embarrassment to them because at the end of the day, we're logical men. We know how to think logically. And anything that is going to benefit you as greatly as SR is something that every single man should be practicing. Okay. There is way too many positive things in SR for it not to be practiced by modern day men. And there's too many negative things out here, okay, that evolves around a depleted Coomer. Okay. And this is why we are doing what we're doing. Okay. There's no one in this whole community, there's no one on YouTube that is going to be able to come here and throw shade on what we're doing because it's all logical. It all has an upside. It's all positive. Okay. There's nothing negative people can bring on SR. Okay. Except for the simple fact that they have no discipline and they cannot do it themselves. That's right, Jim, bro. Tell him, Jim. Jim said, I don't watch corn, bro. Hey, we don't do that over here, man. This is what we do. We don't do that over here. Okay. We're real men, man. We're over here, like I said, becoming our best version, man. And that requires a lot of discipline. Okay. That requires studying. Again, all those little humps that you have in your life right now, all those little problems that you think that you can't get over right now, okay, all that will be resolved, okay, with long streaks of retention, okay, flat out, point blank, period, okay. While the rest of these men out here want to be Coomers, let them, bro, let them run away. They will all eventually find them with themselves back to this community. Okay, they will. And just like I said, man, most of the people are going to come back to this community and we're going to know that they were gone. We're going to know that they've been out there doing what they've doing. But I promise you this, okay, after they've gone out there and they've played around in the grass again, after they've gone out there and think that's what they wanted in life, after they've gone out there and they've got dealt the hand that they're going to be dealt because they're not retainers. Okay. They're people out there who are releasing their energy. And you just heard all the negative things that come with it, especially dealing with the opposite sex women that come with someone who's releasing a seed. You're actually pushing the woman away. You are losing attraction every single time that you are taking place in this act. All right. That is what you need to understand. So what would be the positive part of you jumping in these relationships? Okay. Just to, accomplish that. Okay. All you've done is started your ending. Okay. That's what happens the minute you start releasing your seed. Okay. And again, I'm not telling you can't do it, but you're missing the point. Okay. Because once you start to evolve and you start to get smarter, you start to understand that you can preserve and conserve this seed and you don't have to release it. Okay. You can be intimate with someone and you don't have to release it. Okay. Because after all, all the research that we've done, all of the knowledge that we've seen that's been shown to us has told you the same thing over and over. And what is that? The person that releases his seed, okay, for any other purposes other than procreation, okay, is a major loss of vital potent energy that could have completely changed your whole life. Okay. I want you to think about that the next time you go out there and before you make the bad decision. Lego King in the building. Appreciate you for being up in here today, brother. Good to see you. Pierce the Third in the building, my guy. Pierce the Third, man. I appreciate you for being up in here today, bro. James says you speaking nothing but facts. I can definitely relate to what you're saying. I have been on these experiences, bro. That's what's up, man. I'm telling you, man. I know most of y'all can. Man. It's just these people out here that are playing around, that are on the goofy, immature life. All right. Their balls is empty, man. They can't take nothing serious, bro. I promise you, man. Just do me this one solid, bro. I promise you. Just start taking your seeds seriously, bro, and watch how you start taking your life completely different. Watch how your life becomes more serious when you start taking your life force energy into consideration, okay, on how it's going to benefit your body. Watch how you start to see this liquid gold, bro, okay, be put away, all right, be invested, and watch how that investment comes back tenfold to help your life. Just watch. Just do me that favor, man, okay, and watch how your life is going to change. Daniel in the building. Appreciate you for being up in here today, Daniel. He says, do you mean not showering? Do you take cold showers? Okay, I'm glad you brought down that. Let me break this down for you real quick before I get out of here, bro. I'm glad that you said that, okay? Because this is the important thing. This is what I want you guys to know, okay? Just take what you want from it, put it together on however it fits your lifestyle, okay? You don't got to do exactly what I do, okay? Now, when you're on semen retention, okay, you got to understand your pheromones are getting built up way quicker. Okay, you're getting way more potent, bro. Okay, you're gonna have that pungent smell coming from your armpits. You're gonna have that pungent smell coming from your groin area. Why? Because that's where your pubic hairs are. Okay, that's where the sexual pheromones. That's where that stuff comes from. These are where your sexual pheromones come from. The armpits and your groin area. Okay. And what you're going to notice is when you're on SR, I'm telling you guys, okay. I've noticed this on both of my SR journeys, but like I said, now it's way more potent, bro. Like I go 3 days, bro, and I'll have this whole place smelling like damn man pheromones, bro. And everybody will notice it. Okay. Including myself. I told you, I put it to a test by going out in the public like this on 3 days without taking a shower because I wanted to see if people would be attracted to me. And I had more people attracted to me the days that I felt like I was funky, bro, okay, than the other days that I was clean. Here's what I found out in the studying. I found out in the studying that taking showers rinses off your sexual pheromones. Okay, so you can strip these pheromones. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say you clean off every single bit of your pheromones, but the more you get in there and you scrub on yourself, you scrub off these pheromones. Okay, and you have to reproduce them again. So here's what I would do if I was on semen retention as a man. Number one, I wouldn't be jumping in the shower every single day. Okay. Unless you're just a stanky butt dude, bro, and you have a bad diet and you sweat a lot. Okay. Then maybe I would suggest that you do that. Okay. I'm not one of those people. I'm not stanky. I eat plants, bro. Okay. I have no dead carcasses in my body. I don't stink, bro. I smell good. All right. So I don't get funky. All right. I don't have that musty smell that you would think someone would have who doesn't take care of their diet properly. Okay. And is also a depleted coomer. All right. I'm not one of them dudes. Okay. I am retaining my energy. Okay. I am building up healthy stores of pheromones, and these pheromones have a specific smell. And I think, the Most High did not design pheromones to smell like ASS. He just didn't do it like that. Okay. These pheromones have a distinct scent. All right. And when I can tell you, when a mind get built up, I can smell it. It's a distinct scent, and it's very pungent, bro, especially in my growing area. Holy crap, bro. It's a pheromone smell. And I've bought pheromone cologne before and I've used it. I told you guys I experienced with the pheromone cologne plenty of times. I bought plenty of like 3 or 4 different type of pheromone colognes, and pheromone colognes work. Okay, everywhere I went with that pheromone cologne on, bro, people were always asking me on what I was wearing. This is no cap. And this is the same thing that I get, bro, with my own pheromones. I kid you not. I don't wear any cologne, bro. I don't wear anything that smells good. Okay. I wear natural deodorant. I make my own deodorant. I make my own deodorant with baking soda, coconut oil, shea butter, and a couple other products. Okay. All natural stuff, bro. So I put nothing on my body that's chemical. Everything that comes off me is natural. All right. And I told you, I build this up for like 3 days and I go out and, bro, I'm blown away. I'm blown away on how many people approach me, how many people talk to me, especially women, bro. And I feel kind of like weird when women come up to me because like I can smell it, and I know they can smell it, but it's not a bad scent to them. This is what I want you guys to understand. It's not a bad scent. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. Okay. It's a very potent, powerful scent that I think all men should experience with. Okay. So all I want you guys to understand is that stuff strips off your pheromones. Okay. Cold showers are decent. You don't want to, here's the thing about cold showers. You don't want to overdo cold showers. Okay. Anything that shocks your body is not good for your body. Okay. Point blank, period. Everything should be done in moderation. Don't argue. Okay. Everything should be done in moderation. Do not argue. Okay. Do not overuse cold showers. Okay. It shocks your body. That could have some long-term problems that, you know, we haven't even caught up to in science yet. You don't want to overdo something like that. However, I have heard that cold showers actually promote these pheromones more, okay, versus, you know, the hot water, which I probably think the hot water does a better job at stripping off the pheromones versus, you know, the cold water. That's what I believe. Okay. You might want to go do your research on that individually and see what I'm talking about, but that's what I've done the research on, and that's what my understanding is. So understand, if you're going out here and you want to put this to test, you want to have your natural pheromones working for you at its best, you don't want to be showering off every single day as a man. Okay. You just don't want to do it. Okay. But if you're one of these people that need the shower, I'm not going to tell you that you don't jump in the shower. Okay. So do what you please up, you know, that's according to you. All I can tell you is what I've done and what has been successful for me. Okay. And what's been successful for me is, you know, every other day I take the shower. Okay. And if I want to, you know, really use my pheromones a bit more, I'll extend it one more day. Okay. Eventually I want to end up finding out on how I can probably, you know, use my pheromones in some sort of spray. You know, I would literally love to learn how to harvest my own pheromones and create some kind of clone, because this is a true phenomenon. I want you guys to understand this. This is how we attract people, man. Pheromones are absolutely real. So just remember that. Okay. If you're going to try to use this as a test to understand, do not wash this off. Okay. You want to let these, you know, grow. You want to let these build up. All right. You want to let it get more potent. All right. And this is what you're going to use to attract things to you. Yeah, Jim, I use essential oils too. I don't I don't use essential oils in my deodorant, but I use essential oils. Like if I do want to smell good, I have essential oils that I put on every single day that I go outside. You know, it's like some lavender, some lemon scent. You know, I have a couple of them that I use like that. But honestly, I don't wear cologne. Okay. I have my natural odor and I get people, I kid you not. Okay. Wait till you run into me and you wait till you run into me in public. Don't say nothing right now. Wait till you run into me in public and you tell me otherwise. Okay. Because like I said, I have every single day of my life to know that what I've been doing is the truth. All right. Every single day. Okay. I'm getting this same attraction. Okay. No matter what it is that I'm doing. Okay. And that's because of my pheromones. And again, this is a scent that is sensed by the opposite sex. All right. This isn't something that, you know, we're just going to be smelling, you know, as regular, you know, men. You know, we possibly could, because men are able to smell the pheromones of women. I'll give you an example. When women cry, men are able to sense and smell the pheromones of women when they cry. This is why we react so quickly when women cry. Okay. Because we're as soon as we get a taste of those pheromones, all right, it puts us in our natural position and all we want to do is caretake. Okay. So understand that pheromones are a real thing. Okay. And we got to start learning on how to harness our own and use them for our own beneficial good. So I appreciate all you guys that came up in here, man. I thank you guys that came up in here today. I'm about to get up out of here. I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are out there truly retaining your seed. I hope you guys are out there, all right, truly trying to improve your life, man. Being the best version that you can be, all right? Because I know we're doing our job in this community, man, all right? We're raising our vibrations, and this is the key, all right? This is the key to life, man. Be living a happy, healthy life, all right? It's all about keeping your vibrations high. It's all about taking care of your temple. So continue to keep retaining your seed, continue to keep taking care of your body, all right? And I will talk to all you guys on the next one. You guys have a good rest of the week, all right? And I'll come back and talk to you guys on the weekend. I love you guys. You guys be safe, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace, fellas. Activate the Shave Lion King.
You are now listening to Boomtown Beats. Boomtown Beats.
You are now listening to TSLK.
You are now listening to Boomtown Beats. You are now listening to Boomtown Beats.
The Shaved Lion King got me on semen retention. For real, for real.